Small forwards tier list. Here we go. So we obviously have our typical tiers that we always do. And I'm kind of just going to give you guys a little bit of insight in why we got them everywhere. So, hard pass tier, we got Wally Walker, Gerald Wilkins, Evan Turner, Dorrell Wright, Devin George, Derek McKee, Cedric Sabalos, and Kazi Russell. All around, some decent guys, but let's be honest, they're down here for a reason. Most of these guys really are just for the fact that they're golds. Besides Kazi should be good, but just like has a bad jumper and just doesn't really have anything in terms of shooting, but most of these guys are just because they are gold cards and just don't have the stats to back it up. But still, you know, you pretty consistently get them in packs or whatever, so there they are. The still decent here, we got Tony Allen, ML Carr, Kiki Vandeweghe, Kelly Tripucka, Desmond Mason, Dennis Scott, and DeMar DeRozan. Actually a tier of some pretty decent guys. When we're started off with Tony Allen, I think we all kind of know what the guy does. I mean, he is an absolute beast when it comes to defensive end, has like gold clamps and a bunch of other really good gold defensive badges that really locks it down, but has obviously a bad jumper and also doesn't have any sort of shooting. So that's why he's there. ML Carr is kind of the same thing, where he has a lot of really good defense, but isn't really a shooter or any other kind of like, I guess, be good other than playing on the defensive end, which is like, if that's what you're looking for, he's got it, but anything else, not really. Kiki Vandeweghe and Kelly Tripucka are kind of the opposite, where they are crazy good shooters, but just don't really have the defense to back it up. I think they also both have the same jumper, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, I actually like both of these guys. If you're looking for just like a catch and shoot guy to use into like lower levels of domination or some challenges, things like that, these guys are for sure who you want to be using. All around, they are actually super solid. Then we got Desmond Mason, who is a great slasher and even a mid-range demon. Has some okay playmaking, some okay defense. He's just all around all right. Dennis Scott, just a really tall, like small forward shooting guard who can, you know, catch and shoot a bit and be pretty solid. Just obviously, like, you know, he's not game breaking, he's not crazy, he's just good. And then we got DeMar DeRozan, who obviously doesn't have too much of a 3, but actually had like I think a 74, which was a lot better than I expected for DeMar. Was a obviously midi magician. This guy can get whatever the hell he wants when it's inside the 3-point line, and even had some okay defense as well. I actually think that this DeMar DeRozan may be better than some people are giving him credit for. He's actually super solid. And then we got our pretty damn solid tier. Started off with Xavier McDaniel, Reggie Lewis, Paul Pierce, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, John Havlicek, Fred Jones, and Matisse Thybulle. So we're started off with my man Xavier McDaniel, who I actually do have, got him from, you know, my pre-order packs or whatever it be, and actually is a crazy good defender. The thing that kind of sucks with him is that he has an interesting jumper and doesn't have anything other than a midi. So for some people, that's just a game breaker. They don't want it. But he's really good defensively, even a good playmaker. And literally the only thing he can't do really is shoot. For me, it actually kind of hurts him a bit, which is why I put him in the middle. But he's still solid. Reggie Lewis actually really surprised me for a Sapphire. This card is crazy good. He's super well-rounded, has, you know, defense, a bit of playmaking, a bit of shooting, a bit of finishing. He's just all around really solid. So I think he kind of fits that well. And he can play that shooting guard position, which is always really nice. Paul Pierce should be higher, honestly, and some people may put him higher, but his jumper, in my opinion, is just way too slow. We're in early game my team, and I'm still thinking that his jumper is slow, so that means that his jumper is insanely slow. So yeah, not a W for Paul Pierce. I'm in the slightest, in my opinion. You can check out my gameplay if you guys wanted to really see how he is rocking, but I'm not a massive fan, to be honest. We got LeBron James, who I think we all kind of know what LeBron does. The dude is a jack of all trades. If you need something, LeBron's got it. A good jumper, good finishing, solid enough shooting, great playmaking, obviously, and even solid enough defense inside and out. It's LeBron. I mean, what do you expect out of him? Kawhi Leonard, a great 3-and-D option. He's got a pretty solid release, and his defense is obviously great, more so on the perimeter than it is like the interior, but still really good, but all around super solid. John Havlicek should be good. The guy's got a load of Hall of Fame badges. Everything about him should be amazing, but his jumper is just okay, and his dribble style is base. It's not what you want out of a Joel Embiid card or not Joel Embiid, sorry, out of a John Havlicek card. I mean, we remember, you know, the John Havlicek in like 2K18, 2K20, where we had that Galaxy Opal. He got base 98. He was going crazy, like cooking up on everybody, some of the best things in the game. And this one kind of just really falls flat on that, and it doesn't really live up to the hype that you may be expecting, which is, you know, obviously, I think, sad for a lot of us. Because he's a free domination card. I was hoping he'd be a bit better. Either way, next we got my man Fred Jones, who has that like default small, I think, jumper, and it, in my opinion, it is absolute trash. It is so slow. Fred Jones is a great slasher though, and even his defense is actually pretty solid. but he is like a 6'4" guy who plays our small forward and shooting guard. And it's just not ideal in the slightest. And then last but not least is my man Matisse Thybulle. Now Matisse has one badge that isn't in defense, and that is bronze corner specialist even after Evo. But even after Evo, he has, you know, silver clamps, challenger, menace, pick dodger, bronze glove, and interceptor, or not bronze glove, gold glove and interceptor. Has a decent enough speed, has a good jumper, and the Matisse Thybulle jumper has a pro dribble style, has some finishing, and I'm just a fan of him. Feels like a really solid 3-and-D kind of guy for me. The baby demon tier, we're started off with my man, Richard Jefferson. This is where we start to get some of the pink diamonds. RJ is actually super solid. He does have, obviously, like a little bit of everything. That's kind of like what he always has. But this isn't going to be the Richard Jefferson dark matter that you remember from last year. Obviously, he has the Greg Brown jumper, who's a power forward on the Trailblazers right now. Does have the pro dribble style, which is pretty nice. And because he can do a bit of everything is why I put him into here. He is great for that, like just drastically to the basket, but I just don't love the jumper. Next, Peja Stojakovic. Peja is a surprise to me because usually Peja is one of those cards that I think most of the time is kind of lackluster. But he's now got the Evan Fournier jumper, which is super solid. Same one as Michael Finley. The MJ dribble style, which a lot of people love, and he even has Silver Bully, and Silver Fearless, and Bronze Slithery, which is great. And then has Hall of Fame Limitless range, and I think we got to give some love to guys who got Hall of Fame Limitless already. So there we go, we got to do it. Next up, we got Grant Hill. Grant Hill has insane stats across the board. Literally, the only thing holding him back from that top tier position is the fact that every single badge that he has is bronze. If it weren't, or besides like one or two, I think he has silver, but everything else is bronze. If that wasn't the case, that guy'd be in the top tier without a doubt. Dominique Wilkins, a great card, even has a decent enough jumper, but again, cursed with the base movement style and the base dribble style, which is just not ideal. It's not what you want, and in my opinion, it really, really hurts this Dominique Wilkins card, who could be absolutely insane. Next, we got Chris Mullen, who is literally just one of the best finishers in the entire game. Like, the guy is just an absolute god. Like, the dude just chucks up the ball and his money. He has a great jumper. Everything about him is just beautiful. Brandon Ingram doesn't have the most defense, but everything else about him, like even his playmaking, is absolutely insane for a guy who's playing our small forward. Is a good size. I think it's like either 6'7" or 6'8". All around, one of the better pink diamonds that we have in the game. And then we got the man, the myth, the legend, Jimmy Butler with the glitchy jumper. Just feels super smooth, super fun to use. And he's just one of those guys who you kind of want to have on the court because he has that like lean back jumper, which is really fun. And that's if you go with the shooting Evo, and then still obviously has the defense on it. I want to go with the playmaking Evo if I were giving you guys some tips, but Jimmy, one of my favorite cards to use. I still kind of use him off and on as my starting shooting guard. And then last but not least, we got the Demons tier, which is starting off with Wally Szczerbiak, Vince Carter, Scottie Pippen, Michael Finley, Jason Tatum, Gordon Hayward, Elgin Baylor as our guys. So Wally is obviously just a crazy good shooter. I think he also has Hall of Fame Limitless, has a money jumper, and is just going to be chucking it up. Has a bit better dribbling than a guy like Peja, and just going to feel a little bit better and smoother all around on the court for you. Just a great card. We got Vince Carter, who obviously is just a jack of all trades. The guy can do everything, even has a bit of defense. He's got a money jumper. He can shoot it great and can even play make. And we got Scottie Pippen, who not only has one of the best jumpers in the game. Go to my career and check it out. His Scottie base is crazy, crazy good, but also has some of the best defense in the game with Hall of Fame challenger, clamps, glove, menace, and pick dodger. Has gold quick first step, even has gold catch and shoot, an 81 shot three, great finishing, and honestly can dribble really well and has that duo with MJ. Scottie, without a doubt, is like a top 2 to 3, maybe number 1 card in the game. Michael Finley, obviously just a better version of Peja. And complete the shooting guard. Jason Tatum, again, another guy that has a money jumper and is literally good at everything. The guy can shoot, he can play defense, he can finish, even has some good playmaking. He's just awesome. Next, my favorite card in the game right now is this pink diamond Gordon Hayward. This guy is literal free buckets. I love his jumper. It is super clean. It's super consistent. His finishing is crazy. I swear to God, he's one of the best rebounders in the game as well. Like, does not miss out there. I just all around love this Gordon Hayward, and even has gold clamps as well, which I didn't expect out of a Hayward card, but hey, I will take it. And then last but not least is obviously going to be our man, Diamond Elgin Baylor. Another one of the just super versatile, good all-around cards with a nice jumper, good finishing, good defense, good shooting. He's just all around. He is good and a guy that you want on your team. So that wraps up our small forward steelers. Let me know what you guys think about it down in the comment section below. Like the video if you did enjoy, and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.